The Lakers have finally found a lineup that has potential for the rest of the year. After 26 different lineups used, which is the most in the NBA, the Lakers finally did something right. I know recently a lot of people have been very vocal and hard criticizing Darvin Ham for using that 3-guard lineup, Dennis Schroeder, Patrick Beverley, and Russell Westbrook, and how it's not been working. And I even seen last game, one of his interviews, he was talking about it's not working because they all want the ball. And then there's some Lakers fans on Twitter saying it's crazy how he just acting like the problem itself isn't just 3 guards playing at once. Now, there were times where I was just like, what are you doing? Like that one time when we had 5 guards on the court at one time. But at the same time, you look at the roster, what we had, and I was just like, okay, I understand. Reeves is playing good. Walker's playing good at that time. But it's obviously not going to work. 26 different lineups this season. And tonight versus the New York Knicks, we finally had a lineup that had size. This is the first time in a year or two we had a lineup with size. We had at point guard Dennis Schroeder, who, by the way, played a very efficient game. This is the type of game I want from Dennis Schroeder. I think he went 4 for 7. I don't want him doing anything crazy. I think he finished with, 12 points for Dennis Schroeder. 6 assists. Yeah, that's what I want from Dennis Schroeder. Then we have Troy Brown Jr., who is playing a lot better recently. I'm not going to lie. I think he's finally starting to find his role. That corner 3 is there for Troy recently. So I kind of like Troy. His defense is pretty good too. Then we have Rui Hachimura. And bro, he had his best game as a Laker tonight. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 0 turnovers. He went 8 for 12 shooting. And one thing about Rui, he's going to get out in transition. As soon as there's a miss, he's out there. He did foul Julius Randle a lot tonight, so I could tell on defense he's not the best defender. But at the same time, half of those calls were like, come on, bro. He had his arm barred on him, and then Randle would just kind of throw up. You know how they just get that call nowadays. Then we had LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So we finally had a lineup with 3 different guys over 6'8". You got Troy Brown, I think he's like 6'6", 6'7", and then we got Dennis Schroeder, who's a true point guard. So it felt natural out there. And then off the bench, we have Russell Westbrook, still 6th man of the year. He had this is probably one of his best games of the season. Efficiently, he played efficient. I was gonna say efficiently wise, but not only that, even in overtime, bro, he was being aggressive and getting in playmaking, getting people open in playmaking. He shot 7 for 12 tonight. Or 7 for 13. That is an efficient night for Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook finished with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. 3 steals, 2 of them on Julius Randle. And he also forced that turnover by Julius Randle in overtime where Randle got the rebound. And it looked like they had a chance. They were down by 5. Only like a minute left, 2 minutes left. And Westbrook ran under him, scared him, and forced him to travel. And 2 of those steals were on Randle, who he did a very good job guarding tonight. An undersized guard, but he's strong. He's still strong. And he proved it tonight guarding Julius Randle. Julius Randle kind of had a very off night tonight. He took the last shot of regulation, which we're going to talk about that in a second because I don't think it should have came down to overtime. It shouldn't even come down to that shot. But yeah, Julius Randle was kind of turning the ball over, making some dumb decisions towards the end when Jalen Brunson was doing everything for the Knicks to stay in the game. I think Jalen Brunson had like 32 points, 34 points or something. He was the only reason they were in that game to begin with. So we're going to the end of overtime. The end of regulation, and we have like a 5-6 point lead with 1:40 remaining. And again, we allow possession with 4 offensive rebounds. They still didn't score. We get fouled. LeBron goes to the free throw line, whatever. And then we have a miss by LeBron, another miss by Braun, and we just can't play defense towards the end of games, or we just foul. So it was frustrating because it's like we should have had this game in regulation, but finally it went to overtime and we finally stepped up and played good in overtime. This was just a very good game in general. Like, it was close the entire time. I don't know how many lead changes there were. I think it was like 16 lead changes. I think there were just 10 lead changes alone in the third quarter. I might be just saying that number, but it was a very good game. Madison Square Garden, like the atmosphere was amazing. I love this as a Lakers fan, obviously. We also got that Rui Hachimura goaltend that was reversed and overturned in overtime because that was huge. That would have put them down by 2 points, I think, maybe 3 points. And we finally got a call to go our way. Finally, the officials were having a tough time with that replay. What's it called? They weren't getting that replay up on their screen. And I was like, yeah, they're not going to have enough time. I feel like they're just going to, leave it on the floor. Because it was close. Like, you could not tell. Honestly, I still can't tell if it was goaltending or not. Because it looked like it was at the apex. And I think he hit it like as soon as it was about to start dropping. So I'm like, I don't think they'll overturn it just because it was on the floor. But I think just because all that criticism the refs have taken, they gave us the call. I think that's really why they gave us a call. I still think we would have won because overtime we had all the momentum. Russell Westbrook was doing his thing in overtime because LeBron James was doing his thing the third and fourth quarter. And then towards the end, the last couple possessions, he was starting to miss and Russell Westbrook took over. And that's what we need. You think back on the Grizzlies game. LeBron James, I want him to be the first option every single time. Now, when LeBron starts struggling, now the reason I'm going to say that LeBron was struggling because he played the most minutes on the Lakers at 38 years old. 43 minutes for LeBron. Come on now. And that's why he don't play the back-to-backs. It's not a foot issue. It's because his foot might be sore too, but it's because he's 38 years old. He's going to play 43 minutes because every game is a must win. We're still 13th in the West even after that win. So I like to see him as the first option every single time. And when he starts getting tired, when he starts missing shots, that's when Westbrook's got to come in and step up for that secondary help role. And that's what he's coming off the bench for, that secondary leading the team role. And he played his role very good tonight. Everybody on the Lakers played their role perfect tonight. The lineups, I love them. I love the rotation. Even though Max Christie only played a couple minutes, I really loved some of the corner threes he was hitting. The defense he was playing, although he had 4 fouls in like 10 minutes, I think. But at the same time, it was little fouls. They were fouls, but it was little fouls. I just loved everything I seen from the Lakers tonight, to be honest. I loved everything I seen. Anthony Davis, I think 27 points, 21 points, 13 rebounds or something like that. LeBron James, triple-double for LeBron James in 43 minutes. And Rui's best game as a Laker. So I'm very excited, looking forward to the future. One negative I did see, Lonnie Walker didn't play good. I think he went 1 for 6. So Beverly also did not play. So I was thinking, if the Lakers are really going to make a trade, who are we going to trade realistically? I know a lot of people just probably not even watching the games, not even seeing the chemistry that we have with the team. And they're just like, oh, trade Russell Westbrook. Like just doing the things that they say on paper or the big names. But really think about what's going to fit for this team. And I think, unfortunately, although Lonnie had a really good game against Boston, I can see him being traded alongside like Beverly or something for a shooter like Gary Trent Jr. Just to add a little extra shooting because we're still struggling shooting. I'm not going to lie. We're still struggling shooting, but Troy Brown is starting to hit him in the corner. But think about it. When Austin Reeves come back, it's going to be another person in the rotation. We could even trade Gabriel, but I would rather keep Gabriel just in case Anthony Davis goes down again because he keeps falling, bro. Every time he falls, I get worried. So I would keep Gabriel, on the bench just for that security. ZTAY and Damian Jones, nobody's going to want them anyways. Maybe just contract fillers. But yeah, I could see the two people that we would trade right now is maybe Lonnie Walker and Patrick Beverly for Gary Trent Jr. Maybe throwing a first-round pick. Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. Also, did you like this lineup tonight? After 26 different lineup changes, we finally got it right, the most in the NBA. Also, shout out to LeBron James for passing Mark Jackson and Steve Nash tonight. I think he moved 4th all-time in assists, and now he is less than 100 points away from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Probably going to break it against the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Milwaukee Bucks at Crypto.com Arena. He's waiting to break it at home. Also, imagine he breaks it against Milwaukee, one of Kareem's former teams. That would be nice. So let me know what you guys think about this game, your take on the Lakers. Do you think we should still make a trade? Which lineups do you like? And which people do you want to see traded? Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. This is ZTAY. Peace.